Welcome to Tweakatune, the YouTube channel especially created to provide feedback and promotion from millions of aspiring songwriters all over the world. Mary Dawson is a published professional songwriter and author of the book How to Get Somewhere in the Music Business from Nowhere with Nothing. Her 25-year background as a songwriter, instructor, and coach has motivated and equipped her to help others polish their craft of songwriting. Now join us for this week's edition of Tweakatune.
Season's greetings from Tweakatune. I'm Mary Dawson. We're so glad you stopped by today, and we hope you'll stay with us. Stop whatever you're doing, wrapping presents, baking stuff, decorating the house, and join us for the next few minutes. Because here at Tweakatune, we love the music of the season, whether it's the old carols or the new songs that we get from writers just like you. And today we're going to feature a writer from Dallas-Fort Worth whose name is John Ruddy. John has been writing songs since about the year 2000. He's a worship leader in his church, and he's also part of a rock band called Out of Shadows. His wife Molly plays bass and accompanies him, and she also provides background vocals. So let's listen to his song, Merry Christmas to a King, and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
Baby laying in the manger, I could think of nothing stranger. He came to take the nails for me. Shepherds hear from choirs of angels, a Christ is born in lowly stables. They came to worship at his feet. Happy birthday to the King. Merry Christmas, rise and sing. For all he's done, the war he's won. Happy birthday to our King. Sitting quiet in the service, my heart is stirred every time I hear of the coming of the baby King. The wise men came and brought their treasure, but I don't understand the measure of the Savior's love he has for me. Happy birthday to a King. Merry Christmas, rise and sing. Oh, happy birthday to a King. Merry Christmas, rise and sing. For all he's done, the war he's won. Happy birthday to our King. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him will not die. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him will not die, but have eternal life, everlasting life. Happy birthday to the King.
Well, I don't know about you, but that song really put me in the holiday spirit. It's fun, it's joyful, it's happy, just like the season itself. It's written in the verse, chorus, bridge chorus song form. So it has two verses, two repetitions of the chorus, and then a bridge and a third chorus at the end. I'm going to tell you what I loved about the lyrics first. Each verse took a different camera angle and looked at the Christmas story. The first one, of course, was about the traditional story of the manger. Then the second verse was the singer himself sitting in a Christmas service and thinking about all of this. And then the bridge actually took us to a slightly different direction when it took us to a Bible verse, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, which is really the core meaning of the song and the season. So it didn't just repeat the same information in each verse, it changed up, and I love that. I also love the rhyme scheme John used, especially in the verses. He had a couplet, two rhymed lines, followed by a third line which didn't rhyme, and then two more lines that rhymed, and a sixth line that rhymed with the third line. So that was fresh, and he kept that consistent from verse 1 to verse 2. The bridge was great. It took us to a different place in the music, and the melody line was wonderful as well. It was consistent in the verses, and then it moved up to the chorus to really pay off. So both lyrically and melodically, I thought the song was almost there. Just a few little things that I'll mention in the tweaks, but I thought this was a wonderful song, and I love the idea that it's so hooky in the chorus that I can picture the whole group of people, all the listeners singing along by the end. You can tell that John is used to working with lots of people and getting them to sing. Totally enjoyed this song. Well, as I said a little earlier, I think this song is almost there, John, so I just have a couple of little things for your consideration. The first one is about syllables. I noticed that in the first verse, line 2 of the first verse had 8 syllables. When we get to the parallel line in the second verse, it had 10 syllables. You think, well, that's kind of picky. But really, when you get too many syllables in a line, the words don't flow as easily, they're harder to sing, and they're harder for the listener to catch. So I would suggest going back and just doing a careful edit. Count your syllables. In Nashville, you can always tell songwriters are there because you can see people in coffee shops and restaurants going da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's the drill of the songwriter, so it's worth going back and editing a little bit. Secondly, I would just keep the hook title, Merry Christmas to Our King. Some places you say Merry Christmas to a King, and then other places Merry Christmas to Our King. Since this is primarily for a Christian audience, I would definitely make it to Our King. One other little suggestion in the chorus, you have a line that says, for all he's done, for the war he's won. I would not introduce the word war into this happy, fun Christmas song. I understand the spiritual significance of the war he's won, but I would just say something a little bit lighter. What you're really doing is singing happy birthday to you, and that kind of song really doesn't need something about the war. It's a little stark. Perhaps something like, it's Christmas Day and so we say, Merry Christmas to our King. Or, praise him because of his great love, Merry Christmas to our King. Something simple like that. Just my thoughts. And as always, John, these are just my suggestions, so take what you like and leave the rest. Well, to wrap up today, thanks so much, John, for submitting such a great song. Just a fun song that put us into the real meaning of the season. We really appreciate you sending it in. And for more information on John Ruddy and his music, please contact him at johnrutty@gmail.com. That's JONRUTTY. And look for his band Out of Shadows if they are appearing in a location near you. You won't want to miss that. Well, whatever you're celebrating out there in Tweakatune land, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or something else, we wish you jolly everything. Please enjoy the season and use this time of year to get inspired to write holiday songs, whether it's for Christmas next year or for New Year's, or how about Thanksgiving? Very few Thanksgiving songs. Or Valentine's Day's coming up. So whatever you celebrate, try writing a song about it, and then let us hear from you. You can submit everything digitally now at our location online, tunesmithonline.com. Until we meet again, remember, I'm Mary Dawson, and here at Tweakatune, we believe that you deserve to be heard.
Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of Tweakatune. Now we want to hear from you. Visit the link to our Facebook page to download submission guidelines. Until we tweak again, keep writing.